Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of A Worthy Alien, the podcast. Our guest today is someone I have known for some time now. He is a young, talented Palestinian man whose story is, in my view, worth sharing for so many reasons. And I hope you will enjoy our conversation today. Thank you so much for watching. Mohammed Kamal, hello, welcome to the show. I'm very excited to have you here.
Thank you so much. I'm as well very excited to be here with you, Abdul Halim.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate it. First off, let's talk about your experience in diaspora. You are now living in Australia, right?
Yes, now I'm living in Sydney. I'm working at Animal Logic, Sydney. Yes.
What you are doing exactly at Animal Logic?
Yeah, I'm assets technical director at Animal Logic, mainly working with the assets department, like modeling, rigging, and surfacing as well.
Amazing. So yeah, for people who don't know, Animal Logic is based in Sydney, Australia, and it's one of the biggest VFX and animation studios on the planet. Uh, Before going to Australia, did you have any other destinations in mind?
Yes, I think I was thinking too much to go to Canada. I love to go to Canada. Don't know what's the reason for that, but I think there was a main reason because the film industry and especially the visual effects industry, lots of companies and studios there, and I was dreamed to work with them, like Sony in Vancouver, like ILM, like lots of companies that are existing in Canada. So I was looking forward to go to Canada, but now I'm in the other side of the world, which is Sydney in Australia, which is, I like it too much as well. Yeah.
Amazing. So, what's your experience as a Palestinian, Middle Eastern man, yeah, in Australia? How has that been?
It's so good so far. It's very good. I don't have like a very special experience at the moment. Everything goes very well. Maybe because I'm from Gaza. And to be from Middle East is a bit different than to be from Gaza, especially. I know it's all the same, but in Gaza, very special situations because we're not open to other culture and we're not open to other countries. So we don't like have people from overseas, from different perspective, different view, different language living with us. So it's a bit different to be in a place like Sydney, which is a very diverse and multicultural place. And you just look around you. You see everything is different than what you have already in Gaza. I think that's maybe the main experience, which is you're trying to ask every time about everything and see how the people think about everything in life, or maybe change your mind sometimes about some topics, which is quite interesting and very good at the moment.
Uh, did you experience any culture shock?
Um, I don't think so. I don't think so. I have like a very. I'm just like trying to be very smooth and don't think too much of the differences. But I think some of the things here is just completely different than me, than what we used to have in Gaza, especially. And I think like the people how they think is different. Like the people how they prioritize the things in life is so different, which is something is blown my mind. The options that they have here as well, the people how they differentiate between options is a bit different than Gaza. And yeah, I mean, one of the things as well is just like shocked me as well is the lots of homeless people sometimes in the city. I mean, Gaza it's have lots of poor people, but people sleep at the daytime in the street. It's a very different. I mean, I was expecting those countries doesn't have this kind of things, but I wish in the future it will become very good for everyone. But yeah, I mean, this is one of the things maybe it's just so different. Yeah.
So yeah, in Gaza, you can't see like during the day or night people sleeping on the street.
I don't think it's in the night, but in the daytime, I haven't seen someone sleep in the street at the daytime. Maybe one time or two time, but most of the people in the community they don't like to see this kind of thing. So they're trying to help they're trying to help as much as they can. So they collect money for this man or this guy or this family and trying to help them. There's lots of NGOs from overseas, like United Nations or something like that, trying to help. But there's still, like, we have heaps of people that are poor. They are like very, very like most of the people in Gaza, like they are very, very poor, but the community is starting to help each other in terms of like continuity in life. So you don't have that much of people that sleeping in the street. Maybe they sleep in mosques and in some places like this, but not in the street.
I see.
But there's people that yeah.
So how was it getting a work visa and living in Gaza?
This is a bit painful. I was trying to get a job outside Gaza, as I mentioned before. Heaps of time, try to apply everywhere, especially in Canada, more than Australia. And then I applied and found that there's a job posting from Melfilm, Adelaide. So I applied for this in Australia as well. So I haven't like left any chance for application. So just like every chance of applying to job, I went to do that. And then I just waiting for a long time, and then I received something from Melfilm that they're interested to hire me, and then I start to have an interview with them, and then they like my works, and they started to give me the offer, and then start to work processing the visa for me. Yeah, this is mainly things that how I get the visa by this job offer from Melfilm.
So was it easy to get out from Gaza?
Not at all. Yeah, the visa process is a bit a bit stressful, and if you have visa in Gaza, that's mean it's not enough. You know, it's not enough to have visa and you can go out. You have to have like a permission to leave Gaza, especially security permissions, either from the Israeli side or either from the Egyptian side, because those two sides, the only two sides that we can they can allow us to leave the country. For the Israeli side, it's a bit impossible to let young people to leave the country, and it's need too much time and too much like a investigation about my security status and something like that. For the Egyptian side as well, the same things, but in the Egyptian side we have a very, very long queue. So you have to wait for at least 1 year or maybe 2 years. Lots of people, they want to travel, to go out, especially for the people they need medical treatments outside Gaza, or the students, or the people that they came like a citizen overseas, like a Western citizen that they came to visit their families in Gaza. So it's a bit difficult, and all the priority for the medical treatments people, the old elderly people, and as well the amount of people that they live in Gaza every day through this port, which is Rafah port, is a very, very small compared to the people that they want to travel. So you have to wait very, very long queue. So if they give you an offer and give you 15 days to come to Australia, you don't have time to prepare for this. You need like so much work to just escape from there. So it's not a very fun process, and especially. And waiting in the queue is not as well end of the game as well. You have to have like a very clear security kind of things, which is that don't have anyone in your family have any problems with the Egyptian or the Israeli or any kind of things. Even if you don't have a relationship with him, but just like the name of the family is just the same. Or if someone the same name of you maybe put you in trouble sometimes, and like you make you like a suspicious person, which a bit tricky and hard to know, and sometimes people they just get rejected for no reason, and for someone like from just have the same surname, which is a bit hard. So the people trying to pay money a lot for the security in Egyptian side to just let them just pass Egypt, so not go inside Egypt, just pass Egypt through the carrier airports, and then they can go anywhere, like what I did exactly, which is paying money to the security side or an Egyptian side, and then they let me to just pass to the Cairo airport, and then from Cairo airport.
So,
I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from.
No, sorry. Go ahead. No, excuse me.
I'm from Cairo airport. Then I moved to Dubai, and from Dubai and I moved to Adelaide, Australia.
So just for me to understand, for in Gaza, it's impossible to leave Gaza from either side, which is either the Egyptian side or the Israeli side. It's impossible unless you have like a, let's say, special request from either side, right?
Exactly. I mean, even for the elderly people, even the people that they need a medical treatments. I have my uncle. He was have a cancer, and for a security reason, they refused him to go for medical treatments in the West Bank. So he died. He did because this reason.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the things, and the people like not like a people like a old people, it's just even if young people like a baby, like kids and something like that, they need the medical treatments outside Gaza. But for example, their families have some trouble, for example, or have some issues, or if they are suspicious for the either side, they reject them. They don't care, and this is one of the things that just make the life is so difficult, especially. The freedom of movement and the restriction that we have is a bit hard.
Okay, I understand. Uh, so basically, you get the interview with the meal, and then you got so they liked your work, and then they got you a visa. So, what type of visa did you get? Because from what you're telling me now, it's impossible to go to Egypt, and it's impossible to go to Israel. But I think you need to go to an embassy to at least to prepare for your visa, right?
Yeah,
So how did you get your visa?
Yeah, this is a very good question. I mean, mainly I was thinking this too much since I signed the contract. I was thinking too much because I signed the contract I think in 15th of September, and I have to be my first day in the works should be in the 31st of September. So it's just like a 15 days, maybe, or 16
Oh, wow.
days.
Okay.
So I was thought that's a bit hard. And I was like, I thought that's a bit joke, like how I can do that, like in 15 days. And then I was thought that if they send me the application and everything's like the visa granted notice to me, and then I have to go to the embassy in Israel, how I can do that. So I was sending emails to my immigration agent, and I want to thank her from this point, from here. She was helping me a lot, even after I came into Australia. And then like
This is from the mill side, the mill film
yes,
side.
from the mill film side, yeah.
Okay.
And then when I was trying to talk to her, she was very busy. She didn't respond to me, so it's become very, very stressful. So I want to know the answer, because if I have to go to Israeli side, that's into the gate. I will not do anything. It's like I will not go outside Gaza. So after that, after 10-15 days, she sent me the visa notice, like granted, like just like she told me, just congratulations, this is visa has been granted. I will move you to the travel group in Milfilm, so they can prepare the tickets for you, the appointments, like the booking for the hotels and all this kind of stuff for you. So, and then I told her, I have to go to embassy? She told me, no, you have now is electronic visa, so you don't have to. You don't have to have like go to visa to embassy or something like that. And I think because my contract as well is a bit short, it's about 5 to 6 months. It's no needed to go to the embassy, because you are not gonna stay more than 6 months, so you're not gonna become like a resident in the country. So it's not necessary at the moment. So it was very helpful for me.
That's great. So you got your electronic visa, and then you crossed the Egyptian border, I would say, to go to Cairo, right? So yeah, how long did it take you to just cross the border in Egypt?
Yeah, I remember the morning of moving Gaza. By the way, if you pay money to the Egyptian side, or someone prepared the escaping for you from Gaza, I'm sorry for using the escaping word.
Okay,
yeah. So someone prepared it for you, and he don't give you a time. Like he tell you that tomorrow you have to pack your stuff and came to the port. No, he told you just stay close to your phone, and maybe after 1 hour, maybe after 5 days, maybe after 6 days, 7 days, as long as he prepared for, I can do it. So I was I told my family I have to leave and I have to go to works outside, and it's a bit in rush because I don't have time to tell everybody around me, especially my cousin and all my relatives. So my mom, she told me just go buy stuff because you're gonna go maybe in this week to go to Adelaide and just prepare yourself. I told her it's just fun. This is kind of things will not happen. Like how come the Egyptian side will let me go and how things is true, because I can't believe this is kind of the thing is true. Not because of me, but because of the situation. It's make it difficult for me, and then I regret about this. I wish I can buy everything from Gaza because everything here is so expensive. Yeah, and then I just after a few days, I was waking up in the morning, have a breakfast like any normal human being, and nothing happened. No one called me, and until like a 9 or 10 o'clock a.m. So everyone, like if he wanted to travel like in early morning. This is the airport like open in a very specific hours. So
It's so excuse me to interrupt. So you crossed the border through the boat with the boat.
no, just like the car, just not like it's a very small.
Excuse me. Okay. Yeah. So okay.
Yeah. So I was, and then at 10 a.m. I think someone called me, told me pack your stuff, and came to the board now. So I just don't have time to say goodbye to anyone. I haven't like remember that I hugged my father and my mother very well at this moment. I haven't taken pictures with them as well. It's very like a rush moment. And then I went to the port, and then the port has become very stressful because you have to wait very long hours until they give you the permission to leave, and you have to pay the money as well. You have to wait the cars that you have to pick you from the port to the Cairo airport. So you have to wait a long time, and every minute it just passes like is a very you feel the air is very thick around you, and you just like you can't move because you want to see if this kind of thing is true or not. And after like maybe 6 hours in the port, or 5 to 6 hours in the port at least. I wish I'm lucky. Some people, they take 3 days to sleeping in the port until they give them a permission. And then I just talked to my mother once I just left, when they just stamp on my passport. And then I told my mother, I don't know what the things I did good in my life to those people let me go without any problem, like what they did with other people. So I was blessed at the moment, and that moment, and I'm so lucky about this. And then I moved from the port, and this is a new adventure for me. From the port to the Cairo is not a very easy road, because you have like heaps of military checkpoints in the Sinai from the Egyptian side, because they have like a military or martial law. There's after 6 p.m. there's like a lockdown, military lockdown, something like that. So no one can go outside, so you have to leave the Sinai in a very specific amount of time, very small time. And then because we have like a permission, security permission, this car that we left, the port, they have a security permission. So in every checkpoints, the man who drive the car, he have these papers to let them to talk to them to the military, that the soldier that we had the permission from the, I think, some kind of Egyptian agency, agents or something like that. So so every port they have to check everything, and I think at that time I was like the youngest one in the bus. We was like in a small bus, and I was like sometimes they questioned me a lot because why I'm doing here. I told them, no, I'm going to Australia, so I'm gonna go to Cairo airport. I'm not doing anything, so I'm not gonna stay in Egypt. I want to just let me go to the Cairo airport, and thank God everything goes well. I have met lots of lovely people, even from the Egyptian side. I think I spent 12 hours just in Sinai. That's 12 hours just from
between the checkpoints.
Yeah, between the Rafah port until the Suez Canal, the place.
Okay.
Yeah, because they have Suez Canal, and then you can go to the other side, which is the Cairo and all the cities after the Suez Canal.
But the permission that you got from the Egyptian side, how long does it last?
It just take time. Just maybe 2 weeks or something like that. Or less
Okay,
maybe less
yeah,
than
okay.
this. It depends how much money do you pay. Sometimes if you pay like a $700, $600 is a bit you have to wait in the queue as well. But if you pay more than this, like more than 1,000 or 2,000, something like that, it depends on your situation. So if you pay lots of money, you make the life is a bit easier in term of the
Okay, I see.
in term of the movement. But sometimes you don't trust the word of money, because sometimes if you have lots of money, but they mark the name, your names, so it will not work. Even if you pay 10,000, 15,000, how much you want to pay, they will not let you go because they marked your name because you did something, or you're one of your family, or just like to witness you off. But yeah, it's not. Have a friend. He's a doctor. He's studying in a very, very creative guy. He was studying in Egypt, doctor, a medicine and medical school, and he's just trying to finish his degree. And he went back after 2 years to just visit his family in Gaza. And then when he wanted to go back to his medical school in Egypt, they refuse him, they reject him for no reason. And I listened to the call from the Egyptian side that my friend showed me, and they told him, like, if you pay lots of money, it doesn't work. Your name is being marked, and we don't know. This is just like from some agents that just like they tell us you did something, or he didn't do anything. You just like have a relative, maybe they have like a involvement in some kind of resistance or violence, or what they call it. But yeah, that's how it's worked, because that's a very, very difficult situation.
Yeah, I can imagine. So you crossed the border, you crossed Sinai, and then now you are heading to Cairo airport,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
And then, yeah, sorry.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to say, yeah, Cairo airport, it's a bit easy things. It's not a very hard things, and everything's goes very smooth in the Cairo airport. I just gave them to the I think check-in place in the port, and I told them this is my tickets and stuff, and they prepare everything for me. So it was very smooth. Like, it was not like I have any problem. I think in a Dubai airport, so I moved from Cairo to Dubai transit, so I have to stay 2 hours or 1 hour in Dubai before leaving Dubai. I think that time I was like waiting, I don't know, because my passport, for what reason, but they let me wait. And yeah, yeah, everything went very well. Like, I was blessed and so lucky about everything's happened, how it's happened, everything's how it's happened in my way.
So then you did Dubai, Australia, right?
To Adelaide, yes, directly.
Adelaide.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. So yeah, then in Adelaide, you went to a hotel. So yeah, so the meal afforded accommodation to you, I think.
Yeah, everything's. I just left the airport, Adelaide airport, to the hotel in a very nice place. I think for 15 days. I think for 20 days, something like that. Yeah. So until I prepare myself to move to a permanent place, not the hotel, and they was very helpful, and even sometimes I stay too much longer because I don't have any idea about how I can get how I say that, accommodation, like rent anything like a small apartment, studio apartment, or room as well. So they very patient. They booked me for another time, they extend the booking for me, which is very good. And they give me like a salary for first time before, like after 10 days, 20 days, just I can like start my life before I stay 1 month. Yeah.
Have you met anyone in the airport on your way to Adelaide, from Cairo to Adelaide?
I was not knowing anyone, even in Australia or anyone, but when I just when I just been in the when I just like in Dubai, I think in the airplane when just fly I was doing my flight from Dubai to Adelaide. There was Australian lady. She was sitting next to me, and we just before moving from Dubai, she started asking me, so we waiting. So she started asking me where I'm from and this kind of stuff. And I told her from Gaza. And with my little English, I was just trying to answer her for all the questions that she have, which is sometimes she was very interested of everything's how things happen in how the situation in Gaza. And I started answering her with my little English, and then she's very interested. She was so impressed of the way and that I talk and for what I'm trying to do in Adelaide, which is as well impressed her as well so much. And we spent too much time during the flight, because 12 hours flight I think. So we just like talk about the life. She talked to me about her family, her children, her life in Adelaide, about the way how she can help me if I arrive there. And at the moment I just gave her my email, I think. Just gave her my email and the name of the hotel that I will stay in Adelaide. So those three things that I gave her. So in the airport we split, because they have like a pass for the citizens, and for the foreigner there we split in two paths. So I didn't see her after we arrived. So and then I went to my hotel. She went to her home, and then after a week she called the hotel to ask about me, and then I called her for the first time, and then she interested to invite me for lunch with her family, and then she picked me up from the hotel to her family house. It's a very long time. So I think it's 1 hour outside the city. It's an amazing house in the hills, and then I met her husband, and he's very, very great guy. He's my friend right now. Her children, they're very, very, very nice people, and I spend amazing time with them in Adelaide. While it's like my family in Adelaide, so every weekend or 2 weeks to when them spend sometimes Christmas time with them, which is it's a bit nice for me. Something like this, you feel like this is a blessing, because you find those people to take care, to ask about you, to assure that you are all good for you, which is I'm a bit lucky. And I want to thank her from here. I want to thank Sarah. I want to thank Gavin, all their children. They are very, very nice and generous people. And this is the first experience with Australian, by the way.
Yeah, that's a great experience.
Yeah, for sure.
So you lived in Adelaide, which is southern Australia, right?
Yes.
And now you moved to northern Australia. What's the difference between the two cities?
I think the difference between cities is just like the lifestyle is a bit different. I think the Adelaide city is a bit small. It's a very, very small city. Lots of empty places around the city. Lots of hills around the city. And lots of amazing beaches as well. But as well, Adelaide is like a very, very. I mean, Sydney. I'm not talking about Adelaide. Sydney is a bit bigger. It's a bit bigger city. Lots of people from all around the world. Very, very multi-culture. Very diverse place. Very dense, like a very populated place. I don't know how to say that, but yeah, I mean, it's just different than the way You can't think of Adelaide as a town or as a village or something like that. It's it's different. It's like a lifestyle is different. The people are very quiet. The people there are lots of elderly people. They live there as well. You can't do in Adelaide. You can't do that much of things in weekend if you don't have a car or something like that. But in Sydney, the transportation is a bit convenient. And it's a bit different, as you know. So it's like you have a train, you have a tram, you have ferries, you can go anywhere, even if you don't have a car, and you have lots of places to go. And I think the main difference as well, the Adelaide is just like you can get everything in the city, so you don't have to go, if you want to to go to special places or special stores or something like that, you don't have to travel for 1 hour, 2 hours to get there, like in Sydney. So you have to travel to get what you want. But in Adelaide it's a bit different, and I see this is one of the benefits sometimes. But yeah, I mean, I see. I was not in love in a big busy city like Sydney, but I see. Right now I start be in love with it. Like I like Sydney too much, and I like the beaches as well, and the places is just mind blowing for me. I went to Newcastle, and you went south, like Kayama, and lots of places in Sydney. Bondi Beach, one of the amazing beaches in the world, and yeah, I mean, it's lots of amazing beaches, amazing people so far. So everything just goes well here in Sydney. So I think that's the main difference.
Great. What have you felt when you moved from Gaza to Adelaide? Have you felt like time traveling?
Yeah, for sure. I felt that's the things when I moved from Gaza to Adelaide, especially the lifestyle is too different, and I don't know that much of things about lots of things about here you have lots of options. You have to know those difference between options. If you go to the grocery store, you will lost, you will lose yourself because you don't know what you want to take because you have lots of heaps of options. And in Gaza you got one options and that's done, and you don't have to. And then you found yourself all the time that you like a little baby ask for everything. It's like you don't know that kind of things. It doesn't make sense. That's something is common sense. You have to know about the difference between the frappuccino and mocha and coffee and all this kind of stuff. But I don't have an idea, but I know the coffee, which is the coffee, the espresso one. I don't know there's heaps of amount of coffees that you have. I'm not saying this is a big problem. No, I'm not saying this, but lots of topics and priorities when I talk to people, the conversations with the people, the priority of the people is different. They think about lots of things that I've never thought, I've never think of it in Gaza. And I don't have an opinion in it because I've never thought of it. I've never tried to just care about this topics like for example the climate change. Some of my friends when we have lunch, something like that, they talk about the climate change and how the end of the world and all this kind of thing. They consume too much time thinking about this. But in Gaza I haven't thought, I'm not interested in Gaza, or we are not interested in Gaza. No, I'm talking about we don't have time to think about all these kind of things. And even the lifestyle in Gaza is not a very we don't consume that much of meat. We don't do all this kind of stuff because for lots of reasons. But yeah, I mean, we don't we are not very environment friendly, and we are not destroying the environment. But yeah, I mean, one of the topics is the people, they are so interested to talk about this kind of things. The priority is so different. The conversation when I talk to people about the new games, the obsession that they have, the people sometimes, they're obsessed on one game, so they start a conversation about one game, so I just I feel like I'm alien, I don't know what they're talking about. And some political things to the US or something like that, or to their country, so I don't have an idea about them. So, I mean, mainly, lots of the topics, lots of the conversation that they have, I have a small knowledge about what they're talking about. Not because of I'm not ignorant, or not I'm not someone who don't know, but I haven't thought about this, so I have to know about this right now. So sometimes it's making me feel like I'm make me feel like if I should, because it's making me, this kind of knowledge make me think too much of another things, and sometimes it's stress me out to think about this kind of things, and sometimes it's educate me in a way to make me a good person, and to seeing those different view and different things and new things to you. Sometimes it changed your mind about some really essential concepts or essential opinions that you believed in and restrict on it. So it's just good. You don't know about it, but you see those people from all around the world, especially in our industry. You know, in our industry, we are like a multinational, a multicultural as well environments, work environments, because my team have a heaps of people from all around the world. Like for example, my teams have a German, Mexican, Indian, Filipino, I guess, and Australian. So we have like a different nationality in the same team. So when we have a lunch or have something like that, of course I would be like, have no idea about some topics because I haven't thought about it.
So you can say, while living in Gaza, your priority changed. I mean, when you were living in Gaza, your priority, I would say, was more like on survival mode. Now your priority changed.
Basically, yes. The priorities change. I'm not saying change in a way in a very big, like a very like a big, like it's not a very big change. But I mean, trying to say, I start to think about something different than what I think about what I was used to think about in Gaza. So in Gaza, I'm not interested to talk about climate change. I'm not interested on all the people around me. They're not interested to talk about the US elections. They're not interested to talk about lots of smaller problems. Like it's not. I'm sorry to talk about. It's just like a smaller problems in West, but it's just like a first world problem sometimes. It's just different from me, so I don't have to think about it too much. So. And it's not a big problem for me. So in Gaza, the people are trying to survive, trying to think about the day, how it would work, how the day would end without any problem, without any, just like we're staying alive and just continue the next day. It's a kind of routine kind of lifestyle, and everyone wants the life to continue without need anybody, without being in a bad situation. So. I mean, that's the main difference. The people here, they don't think too much about. They think about the life, the expenses and all this kind of stuff, but they don't think too much about it. So they have like lots of luxury options to think about, like different things in their day. So I mean, that's for sure the priority of thinking is too different. It's too different. Sometimes I don't know why you guys to think about this. You shouldn't think about this like. It's just like luxury things. You just like something is just you don't have to think about it. Yeah, I mean for sure. I sometimes I told my friends I feel when I talk to you guys I came from 15th century. I'm just like not like someone just came from like a 1 year ago from Gaza. So yeah, I mean this is one of the main things sometimes. But I'm be more adapt and adjust myself to the way of living here.